wat er ook bij hoort is altijd kerstinkopen doen in Londen. Veel mensen gaan naar Londen tijdens de feestdagen. Of ontvluchten de feestdagen om lekker naar een warm Grieks eiland te gaan. Nou, je hoeft beide daar niet voor naar het buitenland toe, want je kunt gewoon bij Salto blijven. Want zowel makers uit de UK als uit Griekenland zijn bij ons vertegenwoordigd. En ik ben ook heel blij dat ze bij mij in de show vandaag aanschuiven. And I'm going to talk English now because we have so many different cultures that making a program with us and so many different languages. Very welcome to both of you. I start with the beautiful lady next to me. Her name is Germaine Nikos.
Yes,
and you're making a beautiful program on Radio Salto every Friday night.
That's right.
Germaines World.
It is Jermaine's World, and it's party times. Excellent.
And you're from the UK.
I am from the UK.
And next to you, there's another gorgeous man sitting. He's from Greek.
Yes.
And he's making the show Hellas Pindakaas for the Greek community. Welcome to the both of you.
Thank you, Joris. Thanks for having us.
Yes, of course. Germaine, tell us something about Christmas in the UK. Because I've been to the UK a lot during Christmas in London. So I know all the shops are beautiful.
The high street, the light switch-ons. It's quite incredible, especially Regent Street. Very special and calm.
Are you from London or not?
I lived in London and worked there for 10 years. So, yeah, I experienced London living, and especially at Christmas time. You definitely notice an increase of tourists and shoppers to the city.
Yeah.
The meltdown on the underground is real. It's very, very busy, travelling at main hours for those last-minute gifts and Christmas shopping.
What is typical? What's typical British during Christmas?
Yeah, I mean, a Christmas evening, a Christmas Eve. I suppose most people either go to do a Christmas mass, or they might find themselves there around a Christmas tree in their village, doing carols, and then off to the pub. And then later in, the day, Christmas Day itself, of course, is, celebrated mainly with family and friends.
Yeah.
And we have a massive dinner, a big turkey. Is the traditional, I believe, was turkey.
So it's a celebration also with family. Basically,
and friends.
Everybody
really
who was
is.
here on at the table at the show is basically for everybody the same. It's come together.
Yeah.
Is it the same for you, Nikos, in Greek?
Yeah, most definitely. And we also cook the turkey.
Yeah.
Though I don't know how traditionally Greek that is. I think it's not.
No.
Sort of an international custom, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah,
but we do cook the turkey on Christmas Eve.
Wow. So Christmas Eve is more important because we have 2 Christmas days here in the Netherlands. How is that in the UK? You also have 2 Christmas days?
We have sort of Boxing Day, which is normally...
shopping.
Well, it's more about the sales these days than anything else. But I mean, the hunting community will go out and they will take the horses and dogs out on the hills. It's still a tradition that is upheld on Boxing Day in most places. And in the north especially. But Christmas in the UK.
Yeah. It's about celebration. And in Greece, it's also 2 days to celebrate Christmas, or is it more about Christmas Eve?
Well, we mostly celebrate on Christmas Eve, and that's when the children sing carols. They go from door to door. They knock on the door. They're holding a musical triangle. I think you can see it in some of the clips I showed you.
Yeah.
Musical triangle. They're sing the carols
on the show while we're speaking. Yeah.
Yeah. So they knock on the door. They ask "Natapume," which means "Shall we sing the carols for you?"
Okay.
And then, if you're a nice person, you open the door. You let them sing. And then you give them a little something. In the old days, it used to be fruits, walnuts, nuts, homemade pastry. But nowadays, you give them money.
Really?
So it's a little bit,
of
No, I mean in the last 20, 30 years, not just now with difficult times.
No.
But the tradition changed. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Is it the same at the mainland of Greece and as in the islands? Do they celebrate it the same way, or is there a difference?
Every little village, every region has its own traditions. I don't know all of them, but I know that in the bigger cities, Athens and Thessaloniki, it's where I'm from, Thessaloniki. You sing the traditional carols that everybody knows, the Christmas carols.
Like Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow, or
no, it's more about
the religious.
It's more yes.
Joy to the world.
You're singing about the birth
What a
of
voice.
Jesus. Very good.
No, I'm not gonna sing in the show.
Would you like me to sing a little bit?
Yes,
it?
of course. Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
I have the lyrics in front of me just in case I forget, but I have to tell you.
You have the lyrics with you.
I was singing carols until I was like 17, and then I stopped. Then I was
Really?
doing it only for my aunts and
Well,
my
we're
grandma.
first row, Germaine. This is a privilege, I think.
Yeah.
It's all yours, Nikos.
Okay. I'm tone deaf normally, but I'm gonna give it my best. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Καληνεσπέραν άρχοντες κι αν είναι ορισμός σας Χριστού τη Θεία Γέννηση να πω στα αρχοντικό σας Χριστός γεννάται σήμερον εν Βιθλεέμ την πόλη ουρανοί αγάλλονται χέρι φύσης όλοι. That's the first part.
Wow.
Bravo!
How was it?
That's really
Yeah.
nice. But this is really a Greek Christmas song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the Christmas carol.
Wow.
We have one we
carol.
sing on Christmas Eve in
Yeah.
the morning, and we have another one for New Year's Eve in the morning that also children sing, and they also get money for singing.
More cash.
More cash.
Christmas
yes.
cash, that's what
Yes,
you
I
want,
remember we
isn't
used to be so happy because we had extra money to buy toys,
Yeah.
to buy our own presents.
What you want.
Yeah.
Right?
Do you also want to sing something, Germaine, for us or not?
I don't think I'd
No?
do that to the viewer.
Some
No. Well, I can play some music for you.
Yes,
but
because you brought something
I
very
did,
special. Because now
especially-
we're talking about music.
we are just very briefly.
I have something under the table that I'm going to show all the viewers because this is something very special. We all know her. What's the most well-known song during Christmas?
All I want
Yeah.
for Christmas
Yeah.
is you.
Is you.
Well, this is you and Mariah Carey, yay! And this is, sorry.
The song is
This is very Can you tell something about this?
Well, this is a 10-inch single. It is Mariah Carey. It's a repress purchased here in the Netherlands. I think it might even be a Netherlands pressing.
Wow, it
Yeah.
looks very stunning, actually. It's the limited edition. And it's our 4 different versions of All I Want for Christmas.
No, actually, it's got 2, and then it's got Joy to the World on the back in 2 different editions. Quite rare, actually.
So this is your favorite Christmas song?
Well, it's one of them. It's up there with John Lennon, Merry Xmas. I think it's a great record.
Band Aid, do they know it's Christmas time? We all know them, of course.
Yeah. But
Well, great.
particularly
It
with
looks
John
beautiful.
Lennon as well.
Well, I'm gonna hand it to her because I'm going to Mariah in 2 days when there is a
We're
concert,
talking
the
about
Christmas
that
concert. No, but it looks very beautiful, very nice, and it's very nice that you brought it.
Yeah.
You brought something else with you
I
as
did,
well
these
because
wonderful mince pies.
no Christmas without eating.
No, this is right.
And this is something typically British.
a
or?
traditional mince pie. I'll just take a napkin.
Yes.
But yeah, inside here it's a mince pie. It's a sweet-filled
Nikos, you want one?
filled pie.
Yeah, of course.
Just so the viewer can see, it's kind of like a sultana. And,
Yeah, I'm gonna-
please
I'm gonna
be my
show it
guest.
to the camera because then they can see what
But
it's like a sultana. You said, what is in it actually?
It's currants, it's raisins, there's a bit of orange rind, there's maybe a bit of nuts. It's very sweet. They're usually eaten with a bit of brandy butter and maybe warmed in the oven a little bit, but they're fantastic cold.
Well,
you know.
I'm gonna taste a little
Yeah,
bit.
please.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good idea.
And this is typically something from the UK.
Yeah, absolutely. So, like, you'll eat this with a cup of coffee on Christmas Day, on the lead up to Christmas. They'll be everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah, there's actually in Wimbledon Common where my dad lives, a Christmas mince pie eating contest that takes place there. And we went a few years ago and both took part. And I think the lead at that night was like 90 pies in like, I don't know,
It's
like 15
delicious.
minutes. It was disgusting, but it was
Are they
brilliant.
as small as this?
These aren't
Okay,
that small. I
'cause-
mean, you're looking at like 90 of them. It soon becomes like this.
It's
isn't it?
delicious. Yeah, because
This is
speaking of
amazing.
pies, there's another very big pie on the table.
Biggest pie.
And I have to say, it looks stunning. You could
Yes.
you could also attend on the show Heel Holland Bakt because it looks really good. And it's, if I correct me if I'm wrong, there's 2019 on it, right?
Yes, it does. Let me
With
just-
amandelen or
Yes, with almonds. Let me start by saying my friend Katerina baked this. I didn't bake this myself. Katerina from Olivity, she owns a shop where she bakes and she cooks Greek stuff.
Yeah.
So I asked her to make it especially for us, for the show. It's the Greek Santa pie. We call it Vasilopita because the Greek Santa is basically Saint Vasilis. It's not Saint Nicholas.
Okay.
It's not Santa Claus. It's Saint Vasilis.
But it looks like him. Or,
he looks like him nowadays, although he's a historical figure.
Yeah.
So the real Saint Vasilis used to be very tall, very thin, and he was wearing black gloves and he had a black beard. Ooh. But over the years it changed and it became more internationalized, like every other custom, I think. So now he looks like Santa Claus, basically, but we call him Saint Vasilis. Vasilis.
Saint Vasilis?
Vasilis, yeah.
Okay, wow.
It's a Greek Orthodox saint.
But there's something special with this pie, eh?
Yes.
So special.
There's a tradition where he comes from Cappadocia, which in nowadays Turkey, the eastern part of Turkey. He was a bishop in Caesarea. And at some point, a general in that area wanted to conquer the city. And he had an idea, Saint Vasilis, the bishop, to go to all the rich people and ask for their jewelry and everything they had that was, to actually try to bribe the general not to conquer and not to loot and not to destroy the city. But God intervened, says the tradition, God intervened and the city was saved. But then they didn't know who the jewelry belonged to. So Bishop Vasilis had an idea of baking small pies and putting the jewelry inside and just giving them to the people. It doesn't matter who they belong to.
So there's a jewel inside?
Well, nowadays we put a coin. It's a lucky coin.
Can you
of course.
I'm going to see if we are lucky enough to see the coin. If you stand there.
It's a very small coin. It's a €1. It's a 1 cent. So what we do is on New Year's Eve, on the 31st, because we celebrate Saint Vasilis on the 1st of January.
Shall I take it? Because that for the camera people can see how the coin is working. If you give it to me, because I'm going to take this with me home.
Yeah, going in the bag.
You have to make a cross.
I have to make a cross like this and that?
Yes, it's symbolic. It's symbolic, yeah. And then we say the first piece goes to
down
to the house, to your house.
Yeah.
The second piece goes to Jesus. The third piece goes to Virgin Mary. The fourth one to Saint Vasilis, and then we give one to everyone in the panel in the house.
And you can show what's inside.
Okay.
Because if you sit down,
we're gonna have to dig in.
Because then.
Literally dig.
Oh, yeah.
Really? Because it's a small coin, and if you're lucky, it may show up.
I thought there's a coin in the middle, but you have to search for the coin.
You have to be.
Maybe on this side. Oh no, it's an almond.
You really have to search for the coin. So this is typically Greek. This is
Yes, everybody does it, and we even do it in school after the holidays. So throughout the month of January.
That's very special.
And February, people do it in like companies, organizations. It's supposed to bring good luck.
Okay, and good luck. But if we
you want to choose
we
one,
cannot do
one
it like
piece.
This, huh? No, that's
no. You want to choose one piece, your piece, and then try to dig in and find the coin.
Yeah.
So I can.
Yeah, you can cut it in smaller pieces.
Smaller piece, and then I can eat it.
Yes.
And then.
You're lucky.
Be careful not to eat the coin.
Oh, I already
found it! Yay!
In the middle. Look what I see here.
You are
there is a coin.
Lucky
I'm going to show it to the camera, otherwise people don't believe me. Yeah, it's my lucky day. You see, here's the coin.
It's going to bring you luck for the rest of the year, for 2019. It's your lucky year.
But this is so special. This is a very special tradition. I've never
heard that the French have a similar tradition with the pie and the coin, and they do it also on New Year's Eve. So I don't know where that comes from.
Yeah. We also, in the UK, with the Christmas pudding, have a tradition of we souse it in brandy, bring it, dim the lights.
Brandy,
light the pudding so it all goes on fire.
Really?
Yeah, and then you walk into, it's really spectacular. And then it just simmers and cools down. And so inside the mixture of that, wrapped in greaseproof paper, is meant to be a little charm or like a 20p piece, probably £1 now or €1, who knows? But
in the old days, euros, they didn't have so much money. They would never put a coin because but depending on different areas in Greece, so where in areas that they were producing cheese, they would put a small piece of cheese so that the production will be good, will be fruitful for the coming year.
Okay.
When they were growing, let's say, beans, they would put a bean inside. So in every, In every
Right,
area,
so
there
every
would be
area they have a
something
different
else.
kind of,
yeah, but
point of
nowadays
view.
everybody
coin,
puts a
yeah.
lucky coin.
You have also something with you.
I just grabbed it off the table outside.
Okay. I thought this is
Little
not. But
candy
is this
cane.
typically British? Because
It's more Americanized,
more American,
I think.
eh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they hang
yeah.
them off the tree.
Yeah.
You know, that sort of
Are
candy
you going to
stripes.
the UK with Christmas, or do you stay in Amsterdam?
I am blessed this year. I get to have Christmas in Amsterdam and have both my grandmother, who is in her 80s, and
Really?
my dad come spend it with me.
So they come from the UK. Yeah, everybody wants to leave the UK these days, don't they? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just
Well, I
kidding,
did.
Germaine. Yeah.
You know, say no more. But yeah, they're coming
That's
over.
very special,
It's
yeah.
super special. So we'll have like a traditional lunch on Christmas Day, and then at 3 p.m. or it'll actually be 4 p.m. set, we'll watch the Queen's speech.
Of course, yeah, the speech of the Queen. Yeah.
It's now in her 90s, and every year at 3 p.m. she always comes on at Christmas Day and delivers a message to the viewing public.
And you also watch the Dutch King then, because he also does the
I don't have
same.
a television, sadly. I don't. Well, not sadly, but I just don't. And so no, I won't. But I might watch on the internet.
Yeah, on the first of Christmas Day, I think he has this speech.
fantastic.
Yeah, also it's basically the same tradition as in the
thing.
UK. Yeah. About your show. Because
Yes,
people
thank
don't know. Can you tell us a little bit
I
about
can.
your show and how? Because you are just started with the show.
I am, yeah. I have just started here, and I have a show on a Friday night, 10 till midnight. It's called Jermaines World, which is a pun on Wayne's World. Germaines World.
Germaine's World.
And we do have party times, and it is excellent. We have excellent guests, and they provide party mixes.
Wow.
And also come on, and we have drum and bass NL, which are very exciting to work with. They provide.
It's a very good show. I've listened to it.
Thank you so much,
And
Joris.
people
That's
who
really sweet of you to say.
watch and listen to us on a regular basis might recognize your voice, because you
probably
were the voice of all the promos we have broadcasted for the Amsterdam Dance Event programs, weren't you?
And your voice, obviously.
Could you already say it again? Because it was
Amsterdam Dance Event. So it probably wasn't like that. So it was
Salto
more,
at ADE. Something like-
ADE.
Wow,
ADE.
yeah, that was
What
it.
was it? Amsterdam is ADE. Yeah, something like this.
Well, thank you so
You're
much
so
for being
welcome.
here.
No, it's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Nikos, your show, Hellas Pindakaas.
Yeah.
How big is the Greek community, and how long are you already making a show
Well,
with
I
us?
started in 2012, sort of to respond to the needs of the Greeks who were just coming here and they didn't speak Dutch, and maybe not even English. Lots of Greeks came. Nowadays we have about 30,000 people living in Holland, Greek people living in Holland. It used to be about 5,000 or 6,000 when I came about 20 years ago. So it quadrupled almost. The show started as a Greek show, but in the last 2-3 years we want to open it up to all the expat groups, all the whole expat community. So now we do a lot of shows in English where we invite either locals, Dutch people, and we speak in English with them, or other expats. And we also try to have a lot of artists,
language,
musicians.
Yes. Serves you
But it's
really
so
well
special,
here.
especially with this Christmas show, all these different cultures that are making a show with us. We had people from Ghana, Nigeria, Mexico,
Did
Greece.
you know that Turkey, traditional Turkey in the UK originated from Mexico? I didn't until I was
really?
researching for this show. Yeah, I know. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yes.
Mexican.
Well, what also was very amazing is that you were both here today with us.
Thank
You so
Yes.
much. I wish you all the best for Christmas. I'm going to give this back to you because this is so special. Otherwise, people want to have it. Your Mariah Carey.
Mariah, she's on fire.
Yeah. Thank you so much again
Thank
for attending to
you.
the
Merry
show.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas to
Merry
both
Christmas.
of you.
Thank you.